This is the Azores that I saw in pictures that I imagined. It's our last day here on the Azores. I'm gonna go on a solo adventure today, take the bus, see what I can find, and hopefully I make it back. There's only one bus coming back this time. No second chance. And just like that, I made it to Sete Cidades. The views here are so beautiful. I'm just going to find a little hike to go on and hopefully find my way back. This is the Azores that I saw in pictures that I imagined. I found a short little 3-kilometer or a couple mile hike that should bring me to a vista or a mirador. A lot of the other big name viewpoints, like the Boca de Inferno or the Mouth of Hell, is not quite accessible. And from what I can tell, you still need a car to get up to some of the paths to get to the hiking trails. More taro! So much taro! It's a little scary going up these windy roads, and there's no proper footpath, but luckily there's not that many cars. And it's so beautiful. The flowers are in full bloom. Wow, these views are just incredible. I can see the green and the blue lake. It's so beautiful. These two lakes sit within the crater of a volcano here in Sete Cidades. And apparently this volcano hasn't erupted since the late 1400s. Crossing fingers it doesn't, and it's not overdue. Ancient legend has it that once upon a time, long, long ago, a princess and a shepherd fell madly in love with one another. When the shepherd went to go ask the king for his daughter's hand in marriage, he forbade them. Eventually, the princess and the shepherd cried and cried and cried their eyes out. The princess had blue eyes and the shepherd had green eyes, and thus Lagoa Azul, blue lake, and Lagoa Verde, green lake. I think now the trickiest part will be how to get back down to the city so I can get a bus ride home later. Oh well, in time. Turns out there's not that much to do around Sete Cidades. There's a church, there's a couple of bars and cafes, but mostly a lot of viewpoints to go and see. And if you're like me, you don't have any wheels to get up there, you're walking around. It's beautiful, but I think I might try to get back a little bit earlier now. Well, I thought that maybe I could walk to the bus stop. It's about 45 minutes on this main road away from Sete Cidades, but there's so much construction, there's a lot of big buses and cars coming through. Don't feel as safe doing that this time. I think I'm gonna have to go back and either pay for a taxi for this 4-minute ride or just hitchhike. We'll see. Been here for about half an hour now. My bus leaves in about 20 minutes. Turns out taxis are pretty hard to come by here. I'm just trying to go 5 minutes down the road. That's all. That's all. As I was about to give up, I met these two wonderful, wonderful girls from Norway who were also trying to get to Ponta Lagada, but after seeing a couple of the miradors, and I thought, I'd be into that. And so sure enough, a big van pulls up. We explained to them, we'd really like to get to Ponta Delgada, but we'd like to make a stop. The elderly man laughed and he said, no way. We would have to wait an hour for you there. And we said, no, it probably would only take us 5 minutes to see this viewpoint. He laughed. And then his daughter convinced him and said, let's take them. And so he said, okay, if the 3 of you want to come, it'll be 35 euros. I'll take you to the viewpoint and then we'll take you to Ponta Delgada. Be back by 4 p.m.
Okay, we're going. We're going.
That gave us 40 minutes to make the trek. We quickly walked up to the lookout.
Wow, there's more stairs. I see why he laughed.
Took our pictures, took the view in, quickly walked back, and it did take exactly 40 minutes. As we were hiking back from the lookout, the older man was waiting for us at the gate just to see, are they back yet? Are they back yet? And as soon as he saw us, he started walking back to the van. His daughter asked me, how was it? Was it beautiful? And I said, oh my goodness, it was so beautiful. And this was when my heart hurt a little bit and I teared up. She told me, even though she had lived here her whole life, she had never been to that lookout. And I said, oh my gosh, I wish you had come with us. You should have come with us. And she said, I know, I told my father, if it wasn't so hot, maybe I'd go. And I just thought, what a kind and hardworking person she was to have offered to drive to this beautiful destination that she had never, ever been to. In Josh's words, sometimes when you put yourself out there, the universe, God just gives something back to you. When you're at the point of giving up, that's when things will present themselves. I had just texted Josh earlier today that even though I was super bummed that I didn't get to go to Boca do Inferno from where I was, I said someday I'll be able to go. And that someday turned out to be today. I just had to wait a little bit longer. I had to give up on all my options and just let the world surprise me. This was the Azores that I was imagining. Hi, kitty. What do you got to tell us? So many things to say.